Welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast. We'll be bringing raw and unfiltered energy for each movie and TV show that we will be reviewing. Just think of it as turning your movie group chat into a podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jazz.
I am Jason. And man, per usual, I got some house rules I want to run through with you. So let's get started. One, we will be spoiling this review. So if you haven't seen it, you haven't watched it, please stop, go check it out, and then come listen to this review. Number two, please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know, let your church members know, let your family know what we are doing over here at the Was It Good Though podcast. Number three, have fun. We just kicking shit, having fun with my friends. That's what we do. And last but not least, this is not a kid-friendly podcast. So if you're watching with your kids, that's something on you that has nothing to do with us. Let's get to this review.
Oh, you're saying because I'm in the dark.
And the spotlight hit you, and I was like, "Ah, yeah, that bitch, like Batman." It's okay. It's okay. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't really like a joke. It was just like a state. It's just like a statement.
I was trying to think about it because I was like the Batman spotlight, but I'm like, no, that's not it. I don't know.
Yeah, man. No, but man, it's that time. It's that your favorite time of year. You excited?
Yes, I started early with my horror movie binge. It's kind of wild.
You've been going kind of crazy with your horror movie stuff. Like I've been like debating, like, am I really feeling this right now? Like, I feel like maybe not last year, the year before, I was kind of shook because I was like, I don't think I ever really consumed horror movies like on the daily and the nightly. So it was like there was nothing in between. So it was just like, God damn, jump scare after jump scare after jump scare. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like after the first week and a half, you got those some cartoons in there. You might snap. You see, that's like death every day, everywhere.
Everywhere, everything everywhere all at once. With the horror. But if you guys don't know, we're in October. Everybody knows that we are preparing for Halloween. So however you prepare, if you prepare, be safe, enjoy, have fun. But we at the Was It Good Though podcast decided to put together a watch list. Yes, movies that we have both seen and not seen. Jazz came up with her own list. I came up with my own list, but we compiled a list of 31 movies, a different movie every day. Now some movies we're just watching, like we're just going through just horror movies, just going through. Jazz, what's some of the stuff that you've seen? Because I know some stuff you noted is not on the list, but you were just putting shit out there.
Yeah. So it was a lot of horror movies that I told myself I definitely need to watch. Donnie Darko was on that list. It was one that it was so it was one of those that everybody would talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, let me check that out. And so I did. Shout out to Jake Gyllenhaal, amazing actor. So I checked that out. I checked out Underwater. Yeah, that wasn't very good, but just checking out a lot of things. What about you?
Before we get there, Jake Gyllenhaal, where is he on your actors list today? Because we've been watching a lot of different things. I can't recall a rom-com he's been in. He typically sticks with thriller and action. It seems like horror as well, but I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever seen him in a rom-com if I'm thinking.
Nothing is coming to mind for me. I would have to pull up his catalog, but as in top actors today, if I see him attached to a project, it's going to pique my interest. I don't want to say I'll put him in my top 10, but I think he probably makes top 20 for sure.
Okay. I like it. He might crack my top 10 today. Because if I was to think about if I was to think of actors, I'm pretty sure I would say his name, regardless
Yeah.
of who I can remember or think of. That's why I think he would probably crack that list. But as far as things that I have watched recently, I mean, of course, Oddity, that was one that you recommended. Of course, I've been watching From the TV show. The season episode 2 is out, but when you watch this episode 3 will be out by then. Hell House. I watched it. I watched Hell House, LLC. Man, oh, of course, the movie that we're reviewing today. This is the first time watch. So let's really get into it. This is, of course, the Was It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I mean, you guys know us, but for those who don't, welcome. I am one of your hosts. I'm Jason.
And I am Jazz.
And this week for episode 122, we're taking it back to 2005. I want to say this is the same year Nelly put that card in that girl ass. What you think?
That was disrespectful. Is that the only thing you remember from 2005?
I mean, lean with it, rock with it, maybe. 2020, it was a great time. The 2000s was a great time. And then again, we grew up in that. We were growing in that time. So maybe that's why it hits a little bit different. But
well, that Nelly shit is not at the front of my lobe of 20.
But 122 episodes, we back in our horror bag, and Skeleton Key was the movie. I forgot what we had here at first, and I was like, hell no, scratch that. I don't want to. But I can't think of what it was about. Like, nah, I don't want to do that.
I think was it Maxine?
Either that or Joker. I feel like.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I was
it
like,
was.
yeah, nah.
Oh my God, the tone would be so different. It would be so different. Looking at the reviews that have dropped.
Man.
We definitely gonna. Yeah.
I'm hoping.
We're gonna see.
I'm hoping. I'm gonna see it soon. But I'm hoping it's not that. Hoping it's not what people are saying, because oftentimes people say anything, and that's I'm hoping they're wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I tell people, like, when it comes to movie reviews, if it's something that you wanted to see, just go see it. You're not going to like agree with everything everybody says, because we all have difference of opinion. I'm sure I have takes about no, I'm not talking about you.
No.
I know you was gonna see it regardless, but I'm just saying.
I was gonna say, like, Madam Web. I took everybody word for it. And
yep, that was one where you be like,
Mobius. I took everybody word for it. Yeah, some movies I take words.
But you didn't take my word for In a Violent Nature.
I didn't hate that though.
That shit was. We ain't gotta go down that road.
And because it was a horror movie in what I wanted, so I had to see what it was. And unfortunately, I think it had a lot of potential, and I think it would be something. I think if me and you sat down and we let Crystal go over the script, because she ain't gonna watch the movie. We already know that. We let Chris watch the movie. I think we would have something.
I agree. But I will also say, damn, I had a thought in my head and it just went away. Oh, I'm so upset about that. It's gone. I hope it comes back.
I tried to pause, see maybe it may trigger something, trigger a memory or something for you.
Yeah, no, that shit gone. But yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off, but yeah, Skeleton Key, this is one that we definitely mentioned on this podcast before. And I kept saying, Jason, you need to go see it. You need to go see it. And so I'm glad we were able to put it on our list for this month, because this is one of those underrated horror / thrillers that does not get a lot of spotlight or talked about enough, in my opinion. Because even when I dropped the What Did You Think Those for this film, a bulk of people pretty much said, I saw it once. I was too scared to see it a second time. Now, we
Mhm.
watch horror a lot. So we're kind of numb to a lot of things when it comes to horror. Like
I
we
can't wait to
spend
I can't wait till you watch Terrifier though.
I'm not watching it.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not watching it.
It's a decent slasher. The kills are a bit much, but it's a decent slasher.
I have no type of
Oh,
curiosity to watch it at all.
you
Yeah.
was gonna
Nah, that shit is probably in the same realm as Shazam,
watch it.
which is
Oh,
crazy.
it's not even that.
It's
It's Trump supporting ass. He gonna wait till after the fucking move. He gets good movies. He gonna drop a fucking dud.
it's
A
because
couple.
nobody likes the color purple in a crayon. It wasn't that what it was?
Yeah, like bitch, why are you gentrifying a gentrified black racist movie anyway? Like, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like,
Look, some folks be trying to find a wave, and it's just like double dutch when they jumping in. They just like, all right, I don't want to get hit with the rope. I think this might be a good time to jump in. I don't know, but yeah. So, but I think with this movie, this deals with voodoo.
which was I
We
which I really enjoyed the explanation between voodoo and hoodoo.
right. So I was definitely going to ask you because we see that we like you get a lot of possession movies and you get a lot of devil worshiping, nun getting having sex by a demon, all of that shit. We get those movies. We got a few that dropped this year, but we rarely get projects that deal with voodoo, which is what I thought the movie that Monique dropped last year, The Reading,
Mhm.
was going to center around. But unfortunately, it did not. But I definitely still plug that because that movie is hella entertaining. Uh, I think that was dealing more with possession. Because with voodoo, it's like you got that, it's somebody invoking a spirit, maybe.
It's not though. It's not though. Remember, because now remember, Monique was bullshitting the entire time. She
What
did what she
what
did
spoiler
what she.
alert.
We reviewed it last year, right?
They might not have been around.
Okay, look, it's a little. So I understand why Jazz said that, but in that movie there was none of that. Monique did exactly what they did, but in the worst way. Oh shit, Fallen is closer to Monique's movie, in my opinion. Because the
With
same
Denzel Washington?
because the same exact thing happened. The girl thought she was away, she got killed, and Monique possessed her. And then she was able to keep living. But as a younger lady,
No, Monique was crazy the entire movie. There was no spirits.
she took the girl body. Remember? She possessed the girl.
Oh shit, you're right. So she did. You're right. You're right. Damn, here I am thinking she was just damn.
She was crazy, and she was pretending. And they had they understood the voodoo, like what that was, and they was able to possess her. So
So she possessed them. That sneaky bitch. Monique needs to be a more thrillers.
she does. Monique needed, because I watched part of Deliverance, part of it. I watched like the first hour, and I was like, yeah, trying to check out.
You got to finish that before our horror movie panel.
I might. I gotta finish the last hour. The last hour. I just
Because
feel
that
like
movie long as hell. Like I
it
have
is,
no
because like
idea why it's so
why was the
long.
mama so mean? They should have killed her halfway through the movie if she ain't dead at the end of it. Like, bitch, you ain't even being possessed. You just evil.
Trauma.
Beating the kids. Like, oh, you
For
know
no
what?
reason.
We need to
How
put
y'all
we
broke and got a whole Apple desktop in the kids' room? But
priorities.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So before we really get into this, is this a black horror movie?
I'm going to say no.
That's
But
which is so whack. That is so whack.
is it though?
It is. Because this movie technically should be up there with Tales from the Hood, Get Out, like any movie with black, like a black horror movie, but for it to be just the, you know what I'm saying? It to be the other side of it, it's like Candyman. Like, come, this should be up there with that. But
So
I can't put it there.
I'm not even gonna hold you. If you wanted to make that argument, I think you have a lot to go on to make that argument to put it in that category, especially being that what this movie, like the true villain of this movie and what was basically carrying this movie, what made this movie so eerie was the voodoo. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And so like you didn't have nobody died in this movie. No bodies fell in this. But it was just those different scenes of her going to that gas station, seeing that family, and then all these different elements and things that kind of represented, I guess, voodoo culture. Sorry if I'm saying this incorrectly, but all of those things. And it made it so eerie. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. Cause have you been to New Orleans before?
I have.
And so, like, when you go to New Orleans and you looking around, you like it's just something different in the air. You like, nah, I ain't gonna be, I ain't fucking around down here. You know what I'm saying? It's just like because they have those little haunted tours and stuff, and a piece of me would love to go on it, but then I'm just like, man, I don't know, because voodoo don't seem like something you really want to mess with.
And that's and I'm saying this early because it's me and you here and nobody can hear me. That's why demonic and possession movies are at the bottom of the totem pole for me. I don't really delve in them. I really just had that conversation because I was raised in the church. So
Mhm.
like I went to church, I believe, and I was raised to believe if I believe in one thing, I have to believe in the other. You can't just believe in one and take the other one away. So certain things I just don't I just won't allow. So typically, like demonic and possession movies, I veer away from because of that.
Right.
Because I don't know what I'm opening my mind up to. I'm just like, man, I don't know. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, be around this bitch to mess with.
Nah, I mean, I understand that. You're definitely right because, like, within this movie, and I'll say I didn't really get too much. Well, voodoo in my mind was like, nah, nah. And so when I saw this movie, as they were like describing, if you believe in it, that's what makes it real, which is, you have horror icons is Freddy. You believe
Mhm.
him, he scares you, it's giving him power. And the same thing with it. And so you see voodoo, you just like, but there's spells and it can protect me and then also find out who's trying to bring harm to me. You watching all of this, and this released in 2005, and I'm just like, yo, shit. So maybe if I don't believe, but it seems like it kind of pulls you in,
Man,
but not too much now. I ain't about to be going on Google looking for no shit. And I'm definitely not going to no store like Caroline buying
man.
up things. Like
Caroline.
she was going down some rabbit holes in this movie. But of course she's our main character. What did you think about her character in, like, I guess the path that she decided to take, quitting her job because she worked at a hospice and she just felt like it needs to be more compassion instead of a business. So,
Um, so, mm, so I can answer it two ways. One, professionally, it's a business. You understood or understand when you go into it. I do think they did a great job. I ain't gonna say necessarily giving her a layer, but it made sense as to why she would. It made sense to her motivations. Let me say that because
right.
her whole thing, like her whole thing, pops passed away. She wasn't able to be there for him, so unfortunately, the very next person she sees, she wants to try to go above and beyond for, and it's just like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of here and leave John James, Johnny, whatever the fuck his name was, in that house and get the hell out of there, get the hell out of there.
His
But
name
like,
was Ben.
okay, yeah, yeah. I don't,
Every J in the world.
look, it's been so many. I'm like, I don't know these people's names no more. I don't know none of these niggas' names. But yeah, no, like it made sense. The motivations for her, it made a lot of sense. It had to do that. I remember going in the ads looking for jobs. Like people like this was around the time when I was doing it. I never got one, but I definitely looked in the ads for a job in the car. I look for for ads in the car. And when I'm at work, people like, I saw a newspaper. I'm like, yeah, I know it's crazy, right? I ain't seen one of these bitches in 20 years.
20. All right.
Not since high school. What I need the newspaper for? I don't see them in the gas
I mean, you
station
probably
anymore.
seen one. They still there.
I mean, my great grandma used to get them, but she passed away like in 2018. So
So
outside of her,
I don't think they just throw them at you anymore. Like, I mean, not not throw them at you. Like,
boy.
they don't do that anymore. But you know they used to do that.
They still do. They literally they pull up.
So I thought you got to pay for it though. Everybody don't get it.
But no, you have to pay. They still can throw them, and the bitch got to be up like at 3:00 in the morning to be out there.
Yeah.
Make sure you get your paper before. Boy,
I'm not gonna lie. Thinking about it, I bet that was a good time to be alive. Like just to know what was going on. You like, shit, I got to get the newspaper outside. Now all the information is at our fingertips. You remove the phone and you just like, all right, so the grocery store was extra busy yesterday. So something must be going on. Let me go get a newspaper.
But the newspaper, the crazy thing, the newspaper, it only had the news up to a certain point though.
Yeah.
Because I remember, no. Because look, I used to get the newspaper, and whoever played the Monday night football game or the late game on Sunday, they weren't in the paper the next day. Only time it happened was the Super Bowl. But outside of that, whoever played that late game was not. I'm like, damn, my team won. I want to go. I want to show the paper off and shit. Like, what's up?
Now you can't. I'm not gonna lie. That definitely. I didn't even think about her like showing her friend the ad in the newspaper. Just like, damn, bitch. Like,
in 1,000.
Nah, that's.
Would you have taken a job? Like, see, I had the opportunity. Shout out to Ventries. Hope you doing well. When I was in transition from Home Depot into whatever I was going to do next, I received a job as a CNA, and I was like, they did a walkthrough of what I was going to be doing. I was like, hell no, I didn't even show up. I didn't report to duty the first day. I said, and I hope they didn't go look bad on Ventries, but I was not wiping no ass. I wanted to do that job.
Yeah, I think that's probably what would stop me as well. The sponge bath.
And I'm looking at her like, bro, you got man, heck nah. There's no. He was gonna die too. Like, I mean, these people. Like, I'm just saying that people eventually are going to pass. So you, like she said, you going from one passing job to another passing job. What's the difference?
I guess because I don't know. It's one. It seemed like it was one of those situations to it. I guess if you seeing it all day, every day, that body is just another box in a dumpster. Unfortunately, to say it like that, but that's pretty much what it is. You go to a hospice, there's only one way out. That sounded crazy, but I mean, y'all know. But I guess she was. No, because with her position, it seemed like she was trying to make their transition as smooth as possible. And that seemed like that's what she was doing. So I guess she just needed to remove the emotional attachment that she had for her job. Because if she would have done that, she would have survived this movie.
Bruh, she's in that bitch in that bitch reading books to this man. He passed away. You can reach out to his family. Oh, they don't fuck with him.
They don't fuck with him.
Hey, put it in the bag. Back where? The dumpster, bitch. What you doing?
It was so many boxes in there. It might have been some money. Dumpster diving that day.
Bro, she took the box.
She did. I don't know.
Hey man, now sometimes dumpster diving work. Shout out to my girl from How to Die Alone, because she dumpster dived and she won.
I don't think I saw that.
Yes, you did. Natasha.
Oh shit! Yes.
Yeah, she just took the shit out the room. This motherfucker is crazy.
Her ending wasn't good though.
I'm
We need
only
a season
episode.
2.
I'm only on episode 2 because
You
I
need
couldn't find it
to
no
let
more.
somebody know how far you are
I
before
did. That's
spoilers
why I
get dropped.
stopped. I said it right then. I said it
But
right then.
then,
You
but
said
now
keep talking.
I
You didn't say
was.
nothing. You said the
Actually, I
ending of
shouldn't
the
say
first
nothing
one.
anyway because
Okay, there we go.
I don't
Yeah.
want to
I mean,
spoil it for nobody.
I'm just saying
Might need
she's
to edit that out.
credit card fraud. I mean, I'm just saying it.
Yeah,
Don't think that's gonna be. I don't think it'll be a good ending, regardless of whatever happened. But if that, I'm just saying.
sorry, y'all. They
But
gonna
that's
hate us.
relevant. That's relevant.
To dumpster diving. Yep. You never know. There's some treats in there. But so she she takes this new job. The black best friend was just like, "Is you sure?" So I want to say this. I want to give her props, the black best friend, because I feel like every white lead woman needs a good black best friend because they will help them in so many situations. You can look at Fresh, the best friend that was black, came through and saved her. The black friend in here tried to tell her, stop fucking with this shit. Now, she didn't listen. That's on her. I can't help you if you don't try to help yourself. Now, unless you are a black best friend to Sidney Prescott, then you're going to die. R.I.P. Holly. But Jason, what did you think about the first encounter between meeting Violet? And I just want to say RIP to the late, great Gina Rollins, who played Violet. She passed away, I believe, a couple of months ago. We've been losing a lot of legends this year, like back to back.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
Man. Speaking of, that nigga, you saying that shit with John Amos?
I don't think so.
So he passed, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he passed in August, right? So they just put the information out there, and his family said they just found it out too. And I'm just like, so which part of the family are y'all in? Because why is the information just coming out, and who put the information out?
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Wait, we're in October?
We're in October. October 1st. He died August 21st, but they just put it out there. Now, I remember I've seen this with celebrities before. But now the wife was the one that made the announcement. This time they said they didn't know. And I'm like, okay, did you not know? Or was this the other part of the family know? Because some people be trying to make themselves seem more important than what they really are in the family. It's like, man, the immediate family knew. Your ass just wasn't supposed to know. But I don't know. This information out there. But
they stay trying to be bringing us in the group chat until we want to be in the group chat. It's so many group chats I feel like I'm in that I don't want to be in, but the stuff that I want to see, I'm not seeing.
You know what I'm talking about? But Violet, I would have quit first day off rip. I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have been there because like the energy of it was just all the way off. She not gonna say evil, but like not personable, not nice. Like you left. Go ahead.
She treated Caroline like a black woman. Plot twist.
Yeah.
She's the black woman.
Which makes sense. Like, which that would have that made sense in that scenario. So it's just like, we come into this situation. You left you left a situation because it wasn't compassionate enough for you. And now this person, this is what you're being met with. I'm leaving. Because I don't, regardless of if we can get the ebb and flow at another point, I'm good on it. Like this not what I want to come into. I'm not necessarily saying welcome me with open arms, but nigga, you paying me for a job. I'm coming to the job. I expected to be on some up and up professional type, and the other guy, The entire time, I'm just like, bitch, why are you so trusted? Why are you so trusted? I'm just glad she was white. That's all I can say in this situation. I'm glad she was white.
Yeah, because the energy definitely gave racist white woman to a black woman. So seeing it and then knowing who Violet actually was, it's like she had the opportunity to kind of flip the tables because
hmm
she's been in that situation. She's been on the other side. So she's able to, I guess, feed somebody the shit that people fed her.
hmm hmm
But I honestly think in this scene, and I've seen this movie so many times, after learning, after watching the entire movie and then going back to rewatch, Violet was pissed off that Caroline was white.
Yeah.
She was like, wait a minute, Luke. Who this bitch that you brought into my house? Because I've been asking you for a black woman. She said that. When she said that, then she was just like, I wanted a black one. And the fact that she has a black best friend, I said, oh no, she gonna try to get you next.
Oh yeah, she gonna get her ass.
Oh yeah, she probably
And
already
she,
got it for real.
and she over there, she looking out. Oh, 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 man, if you don't get the fuck, this girl don't, she don't know who you are. She don't know your name. She said, oh, no, y'all done did something in this bitch. Y'all done did something here. Said that voodoo real. It's real.
I think her best friend believed that it was real, which is why she didn't go into that laundromat.
hmm
But I feel like she shouldn't have told Caroline where it was, especially when she saw her going deeper and deeper. But
mm
nah, I thought that was definitely funny when she was just like, you all marked up, ain't you? Like mm. She was like, not in spots where you can see it. And I'm over here like, stop telling her your business. She's gonna try to take your life.
mm. Mm. When you initially watched it, did you think that? Like that was like
No. This movie has so many twists that I did not suspect. Because the whole time Caroline is thinking one thing. Caroline is thinking, okay, the voodoo is not real. It's all in Ben's head. No, they're doing things to get you to believe it, which is making you in more danger. Now, at the end of this movie, I said, holy shit.
when she took that paper, I was like, oh no, it's a trap. Cause I'm just saying I'm as many of these movies that I've watched, I've seen them all throw the little dirt on the ground. Which that also that kind of like, I I don't know. I would have, man, if that was the thing, I would have left out the motherfucking house, threw it on the ground. That would have been but it may not work like that. It probably is to keep the entity from coming in, not necessarily from going out. So it may not have worked that way. Because I would have been
Trying to
like,
trap them in the house while you're
yeah, because you
outside.
would, because imagine making a circle to keep stuff out of it, and your dumb ass is inside the circle. You can't leave out.
Yeah, that seems unfair.
Like
That seems
she should have been doing some running. Her ass is running through the house throwing. Man, that bitch like, oh, this bitch was nah. And I was like, nah, this bitch ain't gonna make it. This bitch not gonna make it.
I definitely had hope, but I was curious as this movie was going on because did you think that Violet was playing her the entire time?
Of course, of course. But Violet, I feel like she was showing her hand, so I don't think it was gonna be anything different, just how she was moving. Now him, I felt like he was playing her the entire time. Like this whole,
Mm.
so he was being super, he was like overly nice to an extent. And it almost felt like the wife was like, when she was like, oh, this what y'all doing. And that felt like a nigga. I still like I never caught that. That's the one thing I didn't catch. Like this one I was like, oh shit, that's them? Oh damn. Now that's why I didn't care. But I was like, oh, so this what you doing now. Now that y'all so acquainted, could y'all do XYZ? I'm like, oh shit, that's her nigga.
Right.
or I was like, she want him, but I was thinking more so she want him, like she wants
Right.
him. more than anything. Like I'm like, bro, you got an old ass man, go deal with that old ass nigga. Go deal with
I ain't
Ben.
gonna lie. Violet, I get it. Like Ben can't do nothing. He's just moving his eyes, slowly dying. Long as he drinks his remedies
Bro.
at 9 and 8 at night.
Keeping a nigga quiet. That man was in that bitch.
So I'm not gonna lie. Their entire system was very well orchestrated. Like he puts an ad out, you have people come in to help, and the person who you possessed previously is taking these remedies and making it seem like they had a stroke. Shit, I see why they was in that house so long. They was smart. They was I mean, they had been doing that for years, especially when they finessed them little kids. Like at the end of that flashback. When I saw that in theaters, I said, what? Yeah. I think this all the twists in this movie, in my opinion, I don't remember catching any of them. But then on the rewatch, I started looking at different mannerisms and conversations, especially like the one that you just mentioned, when Violet caught them in the room talking. He was like, I only have eyes for you. And it's just like, oh, that's the husband. She like, get your extremities off of me.
Extremities. mm, mm, mm. So with this movie, we know it's underrated. Well, I mean, would you put this like as a cult classic, or is it just an underrated film?
No, I would definitely say it's an underrated film. Because I feel like it's one of those films, like Skeleton Key should get talked about as much as, when did Saw drop? The first Saw.
That was the movie that I was referring to.
I know.
When I tweeted, it came out a year before,
It came out,
2004.
okay. So, and then part 2 came out in 2005.
Yeah,
So,
it ain't better
like,
than either one of them.
no, it's not. We're not going to compare because that's not fair.
I was
No.
gonna actually, when I was watching this, I was gonna say, which one would you pick? Get Out or this? Because at first I'm looking at this like, damn, is it like a? I would, and now for me, I always thought white people are taking black bodies. That's what I went into this movie thinking. Like white people are taking black bodies and making them, because your ass, it's your fault. Because you was like, you remember that movie? They said they wanted black bodies, but they said they don't stay around. And that they kept playing in my head as I was watching it too. So I'm like, damn, black people over here taking black bodies. I'm like, damn, I wonder if that's what Get Out got the idea from. But it's not, that wasn't what it was. That I like, I mean, to an extent, but not really.
So, oh, that's
Yeah,
a really good question.
I put two
Yeah,
bad bitches together.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's damn. So, because they both had that similar reaction, wild ass twist. I feel like I'd be less black if I don't say Get Out.
You don't have to be, your black card is not up for debate right now.
I mean, can't nobody steal that shit from me anyway. But I am gonna put Get Out first, but it's not like a wide right. No, it's not. What you think?
I wish I would have had the movie experience to be able to honestly be able to answer this properly, or even seeing it back when it came, like closer to when it came out. Because in my mind now, it was a good, unfortunately, I'm sorry, we jumping ahead. It wasn't good though, but it was a good movie. But the way Get Out made me feel, like watching it, even on rewatches and just the breakdowns and just what that film did for like black movies, and then it was Jordan Peele. It was like a lot of things, and I was bigger into films then than I was then. So it's like, and that's not to say like I do feel like that 2000 run was an amazing run, and just all move action, horror, romance. A lot of it was a great. But then again, I was of the age when those movies was hitting. So
Nah, I definitely agree. But I also say, and I know that we've been thinking about recently movies that kind of pair together, like good double feature films,
mhm.
because we're gonna do Blink Twice and Strange Darling. My opinion, I think that's two great feature films that can go back to back. I think Get Out and The Skeleton Key could be really dope double feature films because they both have really wild twists. And then you see the one movie has possession. Well, I guess you could say possession for this. Yeah, they possess some little bodies.
Yeah, that possession. This possession and this. The other
Right.
was
And
scientific.
then, and right. So it's just like very similar.
Mhm.
And your villain, actually, we knew those white people was a villain the whole time in Get Out. We was trying to see how they was doing their thing. But in this, you had no idea. I mean, you kind of suspected Violet, but you didn't think it was the slaves.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because in that time, I mean, I would have been rooting for them too. But so,
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching something on YouTube, and it was like movies that made you root for the monsters. And it was like this was one, but it's like, bro, why are we rooting for Caroline did nothing but care for people.
all right. So I know that's how it started and everything, but
Started.
hear me out. All right. Caroline was delivered so many red flags. In my opinion, I think she received a lot of red flags and she ignored all of them. Is it my fault to continue that I don't want to continue to root for her when she ignored the red flags? And then the fact that this black couple was lynched. Now, I'm not saying that I would have reacted this way, but if I go up in my basement and my kids is doing voodoo with some of the workers around the house, I'm gonna react. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna react the way they did because I feel like if you would have allowed a conversation to happen, the kids would have told you or somebody would have snitched.
Mhm. Mhm.
But y'all been drinking all night. You see your kids like looking around. There's some voodoo shit all around. You're not really sure what's going on. And then the servants is looking kind of, kind of scary. So, damn. The storytelling in this was so good. Sorry. I was just trying to play back that scene. I was just like,
Oh, Caroline, fucked up, fucked up. But hey, fortunately, it had to happen, I guess. I guess within that, so they just continue to they can live. They get another, I guess another a second shot at life at this other person's.
yeah.
See, Final Destination, they ended that in Final Destination 5. And they gave you somebody with a tumor. You been done died the next day.
Well, I would hope the voodoo would be like, nah, you don't want that one.
That would have been that. That would have been a dope twist. They were like, "Oh shit, the bitch got cancer." Like that was the paperwork that she left in the house. You're like, "Oh no."
Imagine being on your deathbed while helping somebody else that's on their deathbed. I ain't paying you.
You got
Nah,
me.
we got a discount because you.
Wait for a discount because my life is. I didn't know.
But if you like close to like about to be out of here, I feel like you should be working at a discount because you're not as speedy as you would be if you were 100%.
You know, maybe they didn't. Maybe she wasn't getting the wellness checks the way she should have been.
Nah, I think Luke saw her and said, "Oh, she need a job." He had pictures and everything of her at the house.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
he wanted his next bae to be. He said, "You need to get out of Violet's body, get up in this young thing over here, so we can hit the town." That's
And
the
I
true
can't.
villain of this movie.
So I guess so with the pictures, right? Because that's when she found out. We
The
already know
mirrors.
the pictures that he had in his
Oh,
house.
right. Okay.
So like, was that post her getting the job? I'm assuming because like they couldn't have been stalking her and then it made her get the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, that wouldn't have made no sense if it was before, because if that's the case, how'd you know she was looking for a job? And at that time, like you just what, following her, leaving newspapers around, like let me make sure there's an ad in here. Nah, I think those were after she got the job.
Got you.
He was
Got you.
probably just following her around because he technically could have been following her, seeing her, going into these different voodoo type of spots. But I doubt it because she rolled with him or he rolled with her at a few spots.
Mm-hmm. And I guess it
So,
would. I mean, but it would. But I guess within that is like whatever we got to do to make her believe or think this is a
right.
real thing. We need her to come into it. So it was dope when she was like, "Oh shit, it's so hard nowadays." Like, goddamn right, we going to church and everything else. We ain't even believe in that shit, man. Especially if we think it's gonna get us killed. Like, is that because whenever
Right.
you think about the voodoo, you never think. I've talked to witches. Oh shit! Knock my mic
Have
away.
have you ever dated a witch?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're like the third male friend that I have that said they dated a witch.
They said they was a witch. I don't know, but yeah, they be they used to be doing spells and how I can and it was before the whole you know how it is today with the everybody is astrology. They just astrologists. They was witches like 10 years ago. They astrologists now.
Their
Like
name change? They got a rebrand?
Mercury's in retrograde. Like those are the same people. The same
So
people are saying the same stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. Now I know sometimes I'll be like, what's somebody's zodiac sign? But that's never one of the top questions I ask to do when I'm talking to him.
Mhm.
But a little red flag goes up when he brings up astrology. He'd be like, so when is your birthday? I need to know what your sign is. I need to know your
I get
energy.
I get that. I get
And,
that. That,
and
that,
I
that,
just
that is a red flag.
I just be like, oh, all right. I mean, it's not one that's just gonna have me like cut him off, but it's just like, all right, so he might be one of them. And then of course the next morning, Grand Rising, and it's just like, all right, Jazz, there's a second one this week. But okay, so did you ever feel like the witch was draining your energy? Because I heard witches be doing that.
They're drained. They're just drained. They're just draining people. In our honesty, they typically um birthdays range in between April and July, somewhere in between there. Just
Whoa, whoa.
in my experience. But yeah, like it not necessarily draining energy, but like remember I told you about the one chick I got into it with. It was like during like a Marvel conversation. She said I was like talking. She felt like I was as if I was talking down to her, or if I knew so much more. And it's like I'm just sarcastic. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's just like, are you sure? And like she defended she's offended by what I'm saying. So I've had to work on my delivery in conversations. It's like, bro, I don't think I know more than you. It's just funny hearing you say what you're saying.
I guess I can see how that could be perceived via text, but my phone dry, so I don't fucking know.
This is before the chat too. So
Oh yeah, the chat really helped me with my texting abilities for sure.
man, look, ridiculous.
RIP to that too. But yeah, shout out to the fellas that have dated witches and to the ladies that have dated warlocks. Be safe out there.
Warlocks, what's that?
It's a male witch.
Gotcha.
But so she gets these items. Oh, when Ben tried to escape, All right. So what did you think about this scene? Because obviously Caroline is asleep. She hear this big old thud. Can you imagine?
That nigga
Yo,
Ben was getting it.
Ben said, I'm getting out of here.
And
And
nigga
here
look
go
back.
Caroline. he was he was and he was on his way out. And then the funny thing is the next morning, Caroline was just like, where was you gonna go? My man Ben had a boat on the water.
Man, like I wonder if he put it there. Or like what was it?
I think Ben has been plotting for a while. He's just like, I have to get out of here. He's probably been trying to warn every single caregiver that has came through that door. But one thing I think is really, I was thinking about this before we started recording. Ben knows everything. He knows all this information, but he's not able to tell Caroline because, of course, the remedies. And he knows that if he were to tell her, she would have to believe, which would put her in danger. So her believing is the only way for her to actually be able to help him, which puts her in danger. So I was just like, damn, I would say that's a very tough situation to be in, but I would still try to be like, bitch, I need your help. Because I'm sick of being like just wasting away in his chair. Can't look in the mirror. And he probably done seen so much.
So much.
He tried, I mean, he put a message in the sheets before he left. So at this point, when you saw that scene, where was your mind going? Did you think, okay, it was all Violet? Violet's the biggest, she's the number one villain, and Ben is not it. The scene where Ben was trying to get out. Well, he escaped through the window.
Man, I said no. At this point, the villain was Caroline. Because, bitch, why are you stopping me? You clearly it's something going on in the house with the nigga that can't talk and walk is willing to jump off this house on his elbows. Something is going on. Something is going on. Help this nigga. I don't know what he doing. He trying to see. I mean, he like because at this point I'm like, oh yeah, there's something going on. He ain't even trying to kill himself. He's trying to leave. He hit the ground. He just rolled over and kept on going. like oh no, something going on in his house, and clearly he knows something's going on. Help this man.
I mean, but I guess in her mind, she's thinking maybe he's believing in this voodoo, something that's not real. So maybe if I can help him
not believe
it, he'll be okay. He'll be able to walk again. He'll be able to talk again. He'll be able to run out the door to that boat.
Jazz, how many times have you convinced somebody of something that they already believed in?
Wait, say that again?
How many times have you convinced somebody of something that they didn't believe in? Like you got them to go to your side and stop believing what they thought before y'all start talking.
Every time somebody thinks that I'm toxic, they come to find out that I'm wholesome.
That's yeah, she a witch too. You have heard it here on the Was It Good Though podcast.
What?
Jazz is a witch because
I'm too lazy to be a witch.
She's compelling niggas to not believe she's not toxic.
Oh shit, that do sound true. But I'm not. I'm easy to talk to. I've recently been told that
toxic people are very easy to talk to. That's how they get you in. See, Violet, she was real from the whole point. So she should have already, like I said, she showed you who she was. You should have dipped.
But you would say Violet is a villain in this movie.
I told you Caroline was a villain because she didn't help that man.
She's a villain in Ben's story, but the story of Skeleton Key, Violet is the villain.
She is. But I mean, it just all depends. You know what? We all a villain in somebody's story.
How many people's stories do you think have you as a villain?
Jazz, we're not doing that. We're not doing
more than 20.
We're not doing that.
For
We're not
real?
doing this.
I was gonna tell mine. I don't.
Yeah, because yours is not as much as mine.
Nah, it's not. Well, I
Like,
don't
so we
know.
not.
Maybe less than 10.
Yeah, no, we're not playing this game. Growth. It's called growth. It's
All
growth.
right. I had a follow-up question.
No.
Oh, that don't work for you? Damn. I get it. It's cool. So, did you suspect Luke at all earlier in the movie?
The entire time.
Entire time? Okay.
I'm a screen baby. So we always know uh suspect number one is always the love interest. So they wasn't in love, but you seen the little vibes. They was vibing. Like in the entire time, why is she like this and you complete opposite of this woman? Like I'm like, if it has no involvement in this, I wouldn't, because like everything that happened, she going right to him. Go to your homegirl and talk to her. Why are you talking to this man you don't know? You've never seen this man, never met this man. You got all the trust in it. You took the paddle boat and went to this man's house. You had the people find you and drop you off at this nigga house.
All right, so let me ask you this. If you were Caroline and Luke was Sandra Bullock, are you going to Sandra Bullock with your problems, or are you going to the homie?
So, Jazz, if I'm in
Oh,
the
so
house,
that's like that was the
this,
two options. I didn't have an explain box for that
oh, yeah.
question. It was only two options: the homie or Sandra Bullock. You heard what it was said.
I'm going to the homie. I'm going to the
We're
homie.
lying.
No, I'm going to. I'm telling.
Should have told me.
I'm going to the homie. I'm going to the homie because in that situation, I don't know. Regardless of how bad I think this woman is, no, I don't know you.
The way I would have sent Trevante a text like, "We gotta talk. I have to tell you something. Can we talk over drinks?"
Now you in the club and everything in the whole room done shifted like this. You know, oh, these drinks are strong. This nigga done hooked you. They done put the voodoo in you.
Look, he better. Look, you can take him back to the house after we do what we need to do.
They be like, what happened to her legs? You don't want to know.
He gonna sell my feet on Only Feeds. Damn.
He broke her back.
Yes.
Hey, he gonna be in that episode because hey, Ben was smiling and shit every now and again. Just like,
ain't gotta say nothing. Ain't gotta say nothing.
I mean, she looks satisfied. I don't know. I don't know if she in danger or not.
If you were watching the YouTube, I'm so sorry.
Nigga Ben, he was that nigga. Hey man, bruh. This shit
Ben
made me
kept
think
grabbing
of
her arm.
it made me think, bruh, I was like, that nigga did the Ray Charles on her. Hey, it made me think of
testing her wrist. You purdy?
It made me think of I know you hate the movie, but it made me think of What Lies Beneath. The way he was just paralyzed in the tub and couldn't
I don't
move.
hate that movie. I thought you was about to say Hereditary.
I thought you hated What Lies Beneath. I feel like
I think it's kind of ass, but
all you think is ass. You just don't hate it. Got it.
I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer. She gets no hate from me. The one true Catwoman.
And then Harrison was Harrison Ford? No.
Yep. It was Harrison Ford.
Okay, Harrison Ford. Yeah.
That moment when she was like, she's gonna find out who your wife. Remember Scary Movie?
Scary Movie 2? No, one. It was Sue.
With Ray. Tim Curry said, y'all check out our Scary Movie 2 episode.
Yes. That was last year.
2 years ago.
Was it? Jesus. But yeah, nah, man, I don't know, man. I'm not curious. Curiosity wouldn't have got to me. I would have just been working. I wouldn't have been trying to figure out what that what that key opened up or nothing. I would have been just open going to the rooms I need to go to, and that's it. But the first night I started hearing them sounds and shit in the room, I would have left. I wouldn't. I would have just been driving in to work. But I mean, I guess the caretaker has to be in the house. But nah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. That night when Ben was on the roof,
Here go my two
when
weeks.
no,
You wouldn't even
I would
show
have got
back
up.
up.
I wouldn't have gotten them up out of bed. I'd have been like, they gonna figure it out. This is my first night. Imagine if I'm not here.
Bruh. Hey man. That's what I ate. That's my favorite thing to say to my workers. Like, bro, if I wasn't here, what would you do then? Do that next time. Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep. And hey, look. And if I'm trying to sleep, oh my God, Ben would have been dead. It would have been Ben and Violet. Could you bother me while I'm asleep, especially doing some fuck shit, like trying to jump off the roof? Like, clearly he wants something else. Like, let him get that.
Look, I would have put my headphones on and went back to sleep. And I just would have got the alert the next morning that Ben either did not survive the fall or Ben is gone. It would have been one or two things. But I would have been like, nah, I'm not about to go up there and investigate nothing. But whew, yeah. So they do this whole Caroline is going around. She went to go visit the last girl that worked there. And so I do love this scene because the girl pretty much gave her a warning. Another red flag that Caroline received of like, you need to get out of that house. Something is going on. And I thought it was really interesting that Luke was with her. So he's hearing all of this, which of course means Caroline, or excuse me, Violet is learning all this as well. So they probably texting each other like, yeah, this bitch believing more and more. We about to take her body. But what'd you think about the pacing of the movie?
I enjoyed it. It didn't. It wasn't like it wasn't a slow burn. So I appreciated that. I hate it. Oh my God, I hate a slow burn. If you got a slow burn, you better have a motherfucking action packed third act in that motherfucker. But this wasn't. This is actually pretty decent. Pretty decent pace. From the beginning to where we got to like what the action of it at, where she ran through the motherfucking house, these keys, losing her goddamn mind. Cause like she just every time she gets, I'm gonna go try to go to this little bit of room, bitch. If you don't stop, and now you in here taking the mirrors out the. But why are you putting mirrors up? We told you don't want no mirrors up.
I'm like, you do know you are a worker. Like they could easily just fire you. I'm just like, like what is happening? But I do like how every time she did use a skeleton key, we got a shot of the key going into the lock and turning the lock. Visually, I love that element that this movie did because I feel like it added to the eeriness. Because since it is called Skeleton Key, you can get to any room. And she kept going back in the basement, finding albums, finding pictures. Like she just like, oh, that new Drizzy Dro dropped. Let me go ahead
Bruh.
and put that on the album. Get that record playing. And I honestly feel like Violet was just planting all of this stuff.
Bro, this shit remind me of Evil Dead. Why would you? Because her friend was like, man, what the fuck you listening to? If you don't turn that shit off and get out of my house, bitch.
Imagine walking into your house and this bitch is playing voodoo on the speakers.
Jazz, we just talked about it. Imagine you going to the bathroom and bitches in there screaming Bloody Mary, Candyman. Now imagine coming home and somebody playing the Evil Dead music in the house. You're like, man, what is that? Man, don't turn
I'm
that shit
leaving.
off.
I'm turning around. I'm gonna go up the block and get some pizza. So by the time I come back, that bitch is dead, and then I can say I have no idea how this happened. Because what are you doing? She warned her so many times, but Caroline she had to help. She had to learn more, and she's digging herself into a deeper hole. Ooh.
Man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I get it in order to make a movie, but I hate that when people like they just gotta figure it out. Like maybe that's why I'm not. Maybe that's why I'm not. I watch enough of these movies, and I'm like, yeah, curiosity ain't that. It ain't gonna get me. Like I'll be the one that be like, yeah, nah, I thought about the job, but I seen that shit. The bitch was kind of evil. I'm good. I ain't like her. The energy one, right? The energy one right in there. The old man. He looking at me like he want to tell me something. Nah, I don't, what you gotta tell me, man? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know you. This nigga be screaming for help inside his head.
I'm just here to give you a bath. Don't say shit to me. Don't blink at me. Don't do nothing. Just let me give you the sponge bath. But do you think that Violet was causing her to see all those visions and nightmares?
I feel like
Or do you
she
just
played.
think it was
I think she played a part in it for sure. For sure. Like she in the house, like she like all that. I think feel like everything was inside the house, so I think she did play a part, in that for sure.
I'll be mad as hell. I'm at this job and a person upstairs who own the house is over there whispering, and I'm over here having nightmares and shit. I'm trying to sleep. I gotta wash your husband in 5 hours. Yeah, it was it was definitely eerie. And the house was so huge. I'm
So
not
damn
walking
big.
around this bitch.
Mm-mm. I'm not trying to figure. I said 30 rooms. I feel like she said, man,
Yeah.
what do you need 30 rooms for two people and they can't even go up the stairs? What do we need that for?
He got one of them little things. They go down the little elevator.
The little dolly thing. I mean, the little dumb waiter, I think is what they call it. Maybe,
Have you ever have you ever slid down the steps before?
inside of a tote.
Or a pillowcase?
Yeah,
You done that before?
yeah. Wait.
I ain't I ain't shit. You know how many times I would have had Ben go down the damn steps? Like, Ben, look, the elevator broke. You know what to do. Here go your pillowcase. Just that's how he gonna sound.
Hey, you ever seen that video? It ooh, it said Helen
Yep.
Keller reading a scary movie.
Helen.
He said, oh, oh.
No, yeah, it wasn't Helen Keller. It was somebody who was blind
Helen Keller
reading a
is
scary.
blind.
Wait,
She deaf and blind, actually.
but she was a musical genius,
Yeah,
or
that's what
so
they
they
tell
say.
us.
We gotta create us a person, Jason, and then just like tell tales about him, give him a home and everything, let it pass down and let it spread. They got one leg, one ear missing, and they deaf, but they can beatbox and break dance. But I don't even. Oh, so when Caroline did the whole voodoo session on Ben, was she out of line here? Was she overstepping?
No, because I mean, I think she figured out something was amok. So she was trying to do her best. Um, she was doing her best with what she knew, which was not much.
I
So,
feel like voodoo is not a let me try this out.
I was gonna say that too. Like, imagine like what like, did I put enough I put enough fingernails in this? Enough blood? Like,
is there enough sand? Like, no.
bro, and that's the other thing. I was like, bro, like you a fly by night type witch. Like, bro, you gotta relax. You like doing some make. Oh shit, Abigail. He was like, bitch, it takes years to learn the cool shit. Like you can't just go in this motherfucker think you fit to be witch of the night. Like you know, like nigga, it took Louis 300 years to learn how to master his magic, his powers.
That's true. Yeah. He killed a lot of people, so he was able to know how to do his shit. You're right.
He couldn't hear them. He couldn't focus on voices. He couldn't isolate voices. He couldn't control his own
He,
thoughts.
he killing that shit now though. He fuck with all them other vampires. Like, yo, come at me. I cannot wait to interview with the vampire. Season 3 drops.
Man, if it gives us Louis, because I feel like they say it's gonna be about Lestat.
But Louis got to be there, right?
No,
Like
they separated.
nah, they get back together. They always come back together. Like, nah, I need Louis somewhere in there. I'll be sick if we get that shit and it's just Lestat.
I mean, Lestat.
I mean, I still watch it. No, yeah, he's amazing, but Louis.
It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see because I mean, technically the first season was about Louis. The second was more about Claudia, but it did follow Louis and Lestat story too. So it'd be dope to see if they do Lestat, but then they still kind of follow Louis, too. But yeah,
Armand might be out of here.
I thought
now that's a clingy ass. No, Armand is still alive.
He just beat his ass and left. We told him he better get the fuck out the house and better not be back when he come back.
But then he bit the writer.
Yeah, bitch ass nigga. Man.
That's his maker. I'm not gonna lie. If I was a vampire, I probably would have bit his ass too. This nigga been talking shit in my house the whole season.
Because you beat his ass.
I would have drained him.
You beat that nigga ass for days.
I made you forget about it. You brought that shit back up.
Imagine trying to wipe somebody's mind. They bring everything back. Like, damn, nigga, why you doing that? They gotta go ahead and kill him then. I gotta get you up out of here.
Yeah. Or just turn him into a vampire. But that is what you call a pivot. But damn, we just spoiled that too. Shit.
It's a whole episode on that too.
They might be new.
Man, a lot of niggas seen that one. Hell, hey.
I love that it is now on Netflix, and so is Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, it's just season 1, but hey, it's out there for you to see.
Yeah, season 2 and season 3 need to hurry up and fucking drop.
And how is the supporting actor getting all these major roles? I mean,
who are you talking about?
The girl the little girl that she took her boyfriend and killed her. Well, she killed herself on accident, but
yeah, she did because her ass should not have
went outside.
We're not on that. Y'all go watch season 1 on Netflix. Back to the Skeleton Key. We gotta put a message. We'll spoil everything in this episode if we bring it up. Apologies in advance. But
it's in the intro. They know.
They think it's just this movie.
That's
why they hate us.
We can talk about anything. There is no realm of shit that's not out there unless we haven't reviewed it yet. We don't spoil them.
We have not reviewed the Yellow Jackets.
It's not getting so we're not getting reviewing it. But I meant like if it's slated to be reviewed, we will not spoil them. But everything else.
So as of this month, Speak No Evil will not get spoiled. Blink Twice and Strange Darling will not get spoiled. Everything else is free reign.
Everybody can get it.
Whew. All right, so Caroline tries to get Ben out the house. Why didn't she just knock Violet out? Like, why didn't she just lock her in a room, maybe chop her in the throat?
She wasn't a good
one of those
girl.
things.
I'm gonna tell you that now. Caroline was not a good final girl.
No, she wasn't a final girl. She wasn't a final girl, so she is gonna have that label.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, no, I don't know. She wasn't the brightest. I mean, she had some wits because she learned at voodoo real quick and learned how to put it together, to a certain extent. But man,
No, No, because anybody that is familiar with voodoo, or maybe black people that don't fuck with it because they know it's scary, would have told her, don't play with some shit you have no idea. You don't know nothing about it.
Mm-mm.
You setting yourself up for failure, sis. And her black best friend tried to tell her, but she did not listen.
Unfortunately, unfortunate, but shit, her black best friend ain't acting, ain't don't seem any the wiser to a
She
certain
just got
extent.
finished dating 50 Cent and Get Rich or Die Trying. And so she's going through a lot
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
around this time. She left the son with him,
Mm.
even though he got shot. But yeah, it's fine. So I was about to ask you a question. Hmm, Damn, what was I about to ask you?
Nigga disappeared. Voodoo.
Shit. What? That's the second time this episode.
And I wasn't even saying nothing, so I can't even get faulted for it.
I know who I can blame. um,
No,
so
go ahead.
we get a chase scene, and pretty much, which is the ending scene of when Luke brought her back to the house. Because they're just like, bitch, where is Ben? Because she hid his body before she went on that boat. What'd you think about this chase scene?
It was pretty good. Pretty good chase. With them. And this is when she can make when she she put Ben inside the little shed and then got on the boat by herself.
It was the last scene, but we didn't talk about that when she hit him though.
Oh yeah,
Because it was a
yeah,
chase scene when Luke had brought her back to the house and they was just
yeah. Okay,
like, where it
oh yeah, when they got back. Okay, so I like I said, I really enjoyed it, but that's why I was like, man, I wonder, do you think that little shit she was throwing down really was stopping them from doing it, or is it more of
yeah.
them making her believe it, like
No,
making
I
her
think it
think
was
it was?
stopping him.
See, I
No,
didn't know.
I the reason why I think it's real because when she went into that house earlier in the movie, she saw the same type of brick that was down at somebody else's house, and she
Mm.
was able to walk in. So it's you put that down, anybody that's a threat to you can't come in. So I definitely think she couldn't they couldn't come through that door because when she was trying to have Violet come into her room, she was like, Violet, come look at this. Violet was like, nah, what you got? Come closer.
But
Violet
I
was
guess,
like, I'm good.
but I guess I look at that like, is it because they see? But it's like, is it because that Violet sees it? She doesn't go any further, or is it because
I think it's like
like,
a force field.
I mean, see that's why I kind of question because like with vampires, and what comes first, vampires or voodoo?
Jason, I don't fuck with either one.
Because
So I don't know who came first.
because with vampires, they can't come in the house unless you invite them in.
I think that's a selective few of vampires because I've been seeing vampires break into a lot of people's shit that was not invited. So that whole invitation shit, I think that's just certain vampires.
I think you know what, you may be right, but I feel like that's what it is. Like the let me in that's a real thing though. Like the real lore of vampires, like they
I
have to be
think that's
invited into the house.
I think used to be, but they done got some new blood and they just walk right in. Because the movie Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they were outside the window, they had to be invited in. So I think that was a lure in the early 80s, 90s, but I think that shit got
Buffy the
out of
Vampire
here.
ain't no 80s, nothing.
I said 90s too.
Oh, okay. Because it's like that in the originals. It's like that
But it's
in the
and it's like
Vampire
that in
Diaries.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
What about
You
True
had to
Blood?
get I think True Blood was also you had to be invited in.
I think you have
But
to.
I I
Like
feel
Blade,
like it's some vampires.
I think Blade like the only one they be just like kind of like bucking because they be in the club dancing and shit too. Like,
I mean, you technically are getting invited in by the bouncer outside after you pay them.
hmm. Yeah.
So you have 30 days and nights. Nobody invited them niggas in. Abigail, that bitch was not invited to eat any one of those places that she was killing people. Spoiler alert.
She brought them in her house. In her
But
house.
she had killed some of her dad's enemies, breaking into office buildings that were like on the 13th floor. She didn't knock on the door. She came in through the window. They didn't invite that bitch in. And if you invite a bitch in on through the window on the 13th floor, you deserve to die. Don't ask me why I remember that fact from that bum ass movie. Sorry for anybody who enjoyed it. Not sorry. Dusk Till Dawn, they were already in the establishment. Actually, no. The vampires in that movie busted in. Yeah. Dusk Till Dawn was a vampire movie. Quentin Tarantino.
But I don't think that counts though.
Why not? They were vampires.
It was like a club. It was like a club, whatever that was, like a club or something. It was
two. But see, after everything broke out and niggas was dying, because they were above a what the fuck do they call like a nest of vampires?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a coven, but it was a bunch of them. It was a gang of vampires that lived under the club. So they locked the doors, and then all of the damn vampires were trying to get in. Actually, well, no, yeah, because there was a fight that broke out. One person threw another guy through the door, which opened it up, and all those vampires came in, but none of them were invited. They just busted in that bitch. So we can blame Quentin Tarantino. I do not remember if the Twilight vampires were invited in. Mm-hmm. Lost Boys, I think they were invited in.
You're gonna catch more of them where you have to invite them in the house. They normally catch you out in the street.
That's true. I mean, yeah. I'm not mad at that.
Nigga be on the walk with his girlfriend and get ate up. Like, bro. I'm
just trying to hopefully she got ate up before he got ate up, because I'd be mad as shit. Like, wait a minute, nigga, I was supposed to be ate first. But yeah. But see, okay, in my opinion, if it was just like, okay, what is something that I think is a lure that's gonna be on vampires over anything, is sunlight and stabbing them in the heart. It's not gonna be, oh, they can't come in the house because they're not invited. I'm gonna think they're gonna break in regardless.
The stab in the heart is kind of iffy though, because I've seen it where they don't have like getting stabbed in the
heart.
Long
as it's not Dracula, because that's like an elite vampire.
I was just gonna say, like,
enough to Dracula to stab him in the heart,
you dead anyway, huh?
He just gonna laugh at you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what it is, like the bigger ones. Because in the originals, it don't matter what you do. They be breaking their necks and they just wake back up. They just go to sleep and wake up a little later. It's the same way to kill them.
Breaking. Because I feel like the heart is what's keeping them alive. Man, so even if the heart isn't in them, because like in Dusk Till Dawn, he stuck a pin in the heart and that killed the vampire.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Dracula has to be more, or no, his might be the heart too. To all of our vampire fans, y'all let us know and educate us
on vampires and shit.
Yes. Did somebody just ask if we can review Vampire in Brooklyn? But yes, did you have any favorite scenes or anything from this movie?
When she running around the house throwing that sand down real quick. This nigga. Because once she get out of that goddamn sand from anyway, where she could just run through that 30-door house and just.
When she went to the voodoo house, she's
like a video game. She just pull out some.
Hell yeah!
I want her to run out like in the middle of. She had enough to do everything she needed to do, even trap herself.
But I guess, let's say you get Ben out the house. Let's say you get him out the house, out of the danger that you believe that he is in. Then what? You no longer have your job because you kidnapped the husband. So Violet could press charges against you. Unless you can have Ben go to the authorities and say he was the one that was in danger. So now, are you taking care of him? I mean,
Man,
shit, I
hell
guess
no,
so.
I
That's
would have dropped his ass off like a dog at the fire department. Man, look, I'm trying to understand why did she leave and go get with Luke? Go to the police. Cause then she
because
called the
Luke was the
police
only one
after,
that would believe her.
but she went and got the police after the fact.
They came. It was too late though.
And this, I'm trying to make sure I didn't confuse the movie. That's when she called the police and she pulled the cord and it was pulled out.
Wait, when she before she when she hid.
Yeah, she had took the phone and I feel like she died now. I didn't know if there was this or oddity though. I feel like she called 911 and then the cord was missing and she started pulling it and she was like, "Oh shit, no!" It was
I
unplugged. The
don't
cord
think
had
anybody
unplugged.
called the police in Oddity.
Okay, then it
Nobody
was
called the
this. It was
cops.
this. Yeah, this is
This is not. Edit this out. Edit this out. All right, back to our regular scheduled programming. So, what would you rate the twist in this movie? And it was a bunch of them, so I'm gonna say put them all together in a jar, mix them up, put some dust in there. Excuse me, not dust, some brick, and some additional possibly voodoo materials. Mix all that together. What would you rate this twist?
mm, 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 mm. Um, the ending, like realizing that it was the people that you have in your screen, the black couple, being the one that's doing it. Oh, I give it an 8. I give it an 8 out of 10. Because I mean, the other stuff I was like, I kind of knew as I was going, I'm watching like, because it makes sense. It just got to get there. Um, and I was like, oh damn, they done finessed her. Uh, at the end, I'm like, but they don't tell you they ripping the page out the book to try to trick her and shit, so she wouldn't know, or so she would know. So she and that bitch real quick trying to sketch it out real. I'm like, damn, she finessed them. She got So I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10 as far as the twist in this.
Okay.
If if
Yeah,
if
she thought she.
she if she was a little bit smarter, I think I could have given it more. But like her plan was, I mean, she really didn't have a plan. She was just on the fly moving. And it was just one of
Right.
them situations. And I feel like it would have been one of them situations where like probably a dime a dozen as people. Well, no, a dime a dozen mean like it's, you know what I mean. 1 out of 10. I think 1 out of 10 people would have figured out how to get the fuck out the house. I feel like most people probably would have been in her situation because it's just like an escape room almost to an extent. Like you could be good at it, you could be great at it, but like it's so many different pieces that have to come together for shit to work. So mm,
I knew how I would have gotten out that house, and I was through the front door, throwing up my middle finger like, fuck all of y'all. And I would have been out of there. But she thought she was doing something. And the fact that Violet came up the steps, leg broke up, she just like, you think you know what you're doing. And at this point, when I first saw this, I was just like, okay, Caroline will get out of this. She don't learn her voodoo. Okay, we see you, sis. And then for us to get what we got, I said, damn, they set this whole plan up, just like you said. So I know we've had multiple discussions of movies that the villain won. Would you say this is a top five?
horror movies.
I was okay, yeah. Horror
Okay,
movies.
I'm just saying you got Thanos out there.
I know
So
that's only one person.
the Joker one.
Well, we don't see when we review that movie.
I'm talking about in the Dark Knight. We ain't talking about nothing else outside of
Oh,
it.
you gotta say which Joker.
um, so you got Fallen. You have Saw. You have Halloween. Um, Damn, I was just thinking of you got Tales from the Hood.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Better twist. Tales from the Hood or this?
I'm gonna say Skeleton Key. Tales from the Hood seemed I wouldn't even say that was
The
I
de-
mean that
him being them being dead and that was him being the devil. You seen that coming? I still be like, God damn, what?
I mean you're through every story, you're like, why are they still here?
Why is she still here?
But the thing is, you knew her because of the connection that Ben reminded her of her father. So it was a emotional connection.
And they was
You over
broke.
here
They wanted
talking to
money.
Jason. I'm sorry. I'm picking the emotional connection over the broke niggas that just caught a body 2 days ago. But I do like how you saw their death in one of the stories that was being told. But I will say, as a whole, the twist in this was better to me because it being the slaves that were lynched, and you kind of got the history of that when Violet was telling it, and that they were the ones pulling the strings the whole time. That never crossed my mind when I was watching this movie. So that's why I definitely say this over that. Which one are you voting for?
Hmm. 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 I got. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to rewatch this to be able to answer that. To be able to answer, to fully answer that question. Because again, it's one of them.
I
I
got
grew
you.
up with the other one, so even when I watch Nasty, like if I haven't seen, I'm like, wait, oh shit, I forgot about that nigga's the
Yeah.
devil. That nigga, these niggas went to hell. Like,
I mean, when we open up that door, you like, that nigga's the devil. Y'all check out
yeah.
our Tales from the Hood review.
Um, top five, man. We also, I mean, like you got Sounds of the Lambs. They don't count.
You could say that it counts because he definitely escaped. So, yeah.
Man, I'm gonna say it's a good one to put in that category because I mean, hadn't you told me, it probably would have hit a little bit different too.
Yeah,
Because
we
you
got to
love to
do a better
say,
job at our spoiling.
I've been telling you I haven't seen it. You would just keep on going.
I know. I know. My bad. My bad.
But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad movie though. It is good. It's a good movie. So I appreciate that. And like I would appreciate it more if the lead was a black woman. Um, but
She
I
couldn't
appreciate
be.
but I appreciate it being a white woman too, though. Like just based on, um, it made sense when she said, they don't stick around too long. Like, yeah, the niggas we already know we don't feel we feel it. We out of here. The vibe ain't right up in this bitch. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Nah, I mean, the writing of this, it was just like, yeah, we gonna be nah. This ain't the space we about to be in. Ben, I'm sorry. I hope you heal from any injuries that you got, but nah, I'm out of here. So, whew, yeah. But I do love how after the switch, you saw Violet's mannerisms are now in Caroline, of her
Mm-hmm.
smoking a cigarette, of her body movements. And I was just like, wait, y'all motherfuckers won? Because this is early 2000s, so we didn't really get too many movies where the villain won. You got some, but it wasn't really common. It was very rare. So, because I mean, Fallen, like you mentioned, villain won. Sorry for anybody who hasn't seen it, but it dropped in the 90s. Y'all check out it because Denzel Washington Thriller, yeah, he was a cop, but he's always a cop. Um, but that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just definitely rare to see that. I'm glad we didn't get a sequel to this because we don't need it. We don't need a remake. Leave it alone. And I also feel like if it was more of a popular movie, they probably would have tried to redo it.
I personally think if it's not popular, they would redo it. I mean, like shit. Uh, Shit, they only gave the other movie 2 years and they redid it. uh,
Which movie?
uh, when what's the other movie we reviewing? Speak No Evil. It was only out for 2 years. They already redid it. Made
But that was
it.
it was in another country.
I
Technically,
know,
we
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They do.
Americans be like out of sight, out of mind. If it ain't American,
Shit, they do the same thing. They just grab a few better actors. Because Oddity, an American version of Oddity, what would that be like? I think they should leave it alone. Sometimes the foreign films actually are good
yeah, some of them be dark as hell.
because they
I be sitting there
should.
like, what did I just watch? Yeah, they yeah. Now that right there be in fetal position. Like, the fuck is going on?
What is this? Why?
Take a whole break from horror. Like, ah,
Yeah, Jason, I'm on action movies,
yep,
action and comedies. Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
nigga, romance. I need love.
If a movie made Jazz watch romance, yeah, she's been scarred.
Yeah,
That's not her bag at all.
I look. I just recently watched The Substance. I had to give myself a pep talk when I came home. I said, "You love you. Self love is winning. Don't let nobody tear you down." I had to talk out. Now that's a disturbing ass movie. I can't wait for you to watch that.
Man, them bitches, they work. It's not that movie is worse than Strange Darling.
Strange Darling.
Man,
I think it's
only
unfortunate when you
attempt.
have these smaller production movies not getting too many movie theater showings because I feel like they would make so much more money because Strange Darling had terrible movie times for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to go see that shit like late. But yeah. So was there any other scenes that you wanted to discuss?
Uh, no, you mentioned the cigarette thing. I like that because it came up early in the movie when she was like, you mind smoking, dude? Because I smoke a lot."
Yeah.
So at the end when she pulled it out, I was like, "Damn, not." Because had not known, I'm like, shit, look at she was like, "Nah, bitch, I done made it through. I'm finna go and smoke me one." Nah, that wasn't your ass at all. You out of here.
You'd be sitting there like, that's violent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha, bitch.
But yes. So one of the reasons why we are here, was it good though, Jason?
It was. I enjoyed this film very much.
That's good. That's good. Jazz,
Yeah.
was it good though? I am going to say that it was. I am a big fan of this movie. I think it's very underrated and highly recommend everybody go check it out. Tubi just dropped it on their streaming services. Um, so of course they have a large catalog of horror movies this month. So y'all check out The Skeleton Key. Oh, I do
I'm
have
curious.
some.
Curious
You
who
said
your link. I'm curious who your linkathon is gonna be.
my niggas like 4 people in this movie.
Five. You count Joy.
Oh yeah.
But see, shit, they got
Joy.
some good shit. It's some good shit. So I'm curious what you're gonna pick. I have an idea, but I'm definitely going. I already know what I'm going. I feel like I know where you're going.
I ain't even looked at it, if I'm be honest.
What?
Wait. Okay, so damn, where did I'm
What did you
sorry,
think
I'm
though?
looking for the what did you think though? This is the segment of the podcast where we read your responses to our posts of asking what did you think about the movie that we will be reviewing. And they're not on Instagram. They are on all right, TikTok. All right. So Helene from the Talking Ish podcast amongst friends, said, I watch it often, love it. Uh TikTok user, a bunch of numbers, said, watched it once and never again. It scared me too bad. And Ashley Von B said, it was good, but I could only watch it once. So A lot of people said this not anything that they would do a repeat on, but they enjoyed it. So I think that's a plus. Jason, Link of Thrones. Who do you have?
I am going with the late great John Hurt. He played my man Kane in Aliens. Go watch our Aliens Romulus review.
Wait, what?
A nigga that the thing bust out his chest.
Oh shit. Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's dope. Okay, since we are thinking and mentioning late greats, I am gonna go with Gina Rollins. She was in The Notebook.
Mm, mm, mm. She was the mama. I mean, not the mom, but the main person it was about. She had dementia.
Yes. So I've
What?
never seen that movie, but I've
Oh
only seen
shit!
no. We stayed on track about spoiling, but no, you're fine because the thing is, I've seen the last 20 minutes of the movie, so I knew she had dementia, and the love interest, I guess, was her husband, kept reminding her of their love story. she
Yeah, she kept
she
forgetting,
kept
so he just
forgetting.
here read the notebook, read the notebook back to her. I'd be changing the story and some more shit if it was me. I mean, that shit, you was nothing but a
Try,
trifling bitch.
but no, but you could try that because she's gonna forget tomorrow. So the pain that she feels that day is temporary. Is that fucked up?
Yeah, it is.
That's like the 51st dates.
I don't think I've ever
No,
seen
but
it.
then with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler.
Mm-mm, never seen it.
Oh,
I've seen parts of bits and pieces, but I've never watched it from beginning to end.
it's pretty funny.
I
I
mean,
like Drew Barrymore. I think
I
she.
mean, I fuck with Adam. I fuck with Drew too, but I fuck with Adam more. I feel like
Yeah.
but Drew, you know, Drew is
I
Drew.
love the movie her and Justin Long going the distance.
I don't
That
think
is
I've ever
such a
seen that
fucking
neither.
cute rom-com.
I've never
I
seen it.
think
I'm gonna watch the other one on Netflix too with damn my guy
go
Adam Brody and the girl from Felicity. She was in Scream 4. She killed her friend because she told she was talking too much in the fake outs. You know that girl.
oh, oh shit. She was in Pulse, which I recently just watched.
Clearly.
The American Pulse that dropped in 2006. Her name, Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell. She also played Elsa. No, no, she was Anna. No, she was Elsa. She was Elsa. She's Elsa. Yeah, she's Elsa. The motherfucker got a catalog.
Yeah, she does.
A
She's
catalog.
she's she's funny.
Why isn't she when she did the little what the parody of the woman in the mirror by the window with the man across the bay with the babies and the dudes up
Which
up the
dropped
street?
during quarantine. Oh my God. That was
they
a good
made
quarantine one.
they made 1,000 of them fucking movies during that time.
She was allergic to rain
That's how I mean, but
and got stuck
you see
in
the
the
real movie?
rain.
You see the
No,
real movie? Oh,
I don't
okay.
think so.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
think
real
so.
movie. It's a real movie just like that. That's a real it's a real disease.
You know what? Every morning I wake up and say, "Thank you, Lord," because being allergic to rain, that's tough.
Veronica Mars is what she played in. And the show is called
Oh,
Nobody Wants This. And they said that they say it's like amazing. As far as you like rom-com and stuff like that. Yeah.
I gotta be in the mood for rom-coms. I just be like, oh, love, fuck out of here. It be love be having me send a text messages. Hey, stranger,
It's like,
what's
damn,
going on?
she was in Zootopia.
I didn't realize she was in Burlesque.
I don't even know what that is. So that's fine.
She was in Scream 1 too. No fucking
Yeah,
way.
I think she was just like somebody in the back.
Movie 43. This is such a great movie. All right. Thank you y'all for coming through. Please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review our episode 121 Beetlejuice dropped last week. Y'all check that out on our streams. Also available on YouTube. Next week, we have a nice amount of folks coming through for our horror movie panel. I am not going to drop their names because somebody might cancel. Hey, life is life. So, but y'all keep a lookout for that because we will be discussing everything horror. It's October and that's our bag. Also, please be sure to check our socials because we, like Jason said earlier, dropping our favorite horror movies. And of course, we're going to be in our horror bag all month.
All month, baby. I'm finna turn off this and I'm finna go try to see if I can get From to work for me this time because I don't know what the fuck he was doing yesterday. I also would like to say, why hasn't Penguin died yet? That is going to be my complaint every week for the next 8 weeks. Because this is a great. This is it. This is
I
my.
haven't seen it yet. Let me throw this out there just
That's
in
fine.
case
I'm
of
no
the spoiler
no
throws.
spoiler. So people was complaining about the Joker movie. It's this, it's that, it's da 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 da. And I'm like, all right. So then they were like, but Penguin, oh, I love it. It's da da da. I'm like, but at least I understood why Joker wasn't getting killed. Penguin, we nigga, he has more plot armor than Chris Pratt in Jurassic Park 3. Whatever the trilogy he was in. And there's never been a person, I've never seen more plot armor than Chris Pratt in that movie. Outside of
Y'all
like an
check
action
out our Jurassic Park review. I do not remember the name of it because hell, it was called Plot Armor. Y'all check that out. We reviewed it.
But I just don't understand. Like it because I could suspend my belief only for so long. But this fat snitching ass nigga is not doing that good of a job to be alive still. Kill this nigga. Him making it to the next Batman movie, I would be shocked. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because he's not even finessing. It's just some real shady bullshit, and it's always when he around. Like, why are y'all not seeing this?
But is it good though?
That's killing it for me. That's killing it for me. Cause at least it's like because I want him to be more. Cause at least when he was on Gotham, like he would do shit. But if he felt like it was some shady shit, he knock you off the board. Like, or he would never be able to get above somebody else. Like it'll always be somebody that'll be one up over him where it'd be like, yeah, no, that's not happening. Watch that nigga right there because he can't. But now in this motherfucker, I'm like, bro, come on. You seen this episode 1, like, bro, every chance they got, this nigga was stripped naked and they still let the nigga walk.
I mean, at that point, you just got to kill him because we done took you out of your clothes and stuff.
Bro, like, come on, you naked. Like, shoot this nigga, man.
That's how Cooper was supposed to be in Trap. Naked. If you got OCD and you don't want no blood on your clothes, you just gonna take your shirt off. It's gonna get in your jeans. Your jeans. Blood is hard to get out of jeans.
If y'all don't make it, I'm gonna make Knock Knock. It's gonna be the universe. It's gonna be Knock Knock meets Trap hanging with Mr. Cooper. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna, cause they gonna try to catch him for cheating. And he gonna be like, "Oh, bitch, I got you. You thought I was." He gonna be in that bitch with his shirt off, and they be like, "You go, Jazz." You gonna be like, "Now it works. This freaky frog is really fit to make it." I bet they ain't gonna play them games with him. I bet they don't play them games with him.
He ain't gotta do much because they can just pull it off, pull it out. Sandwich. I was in there like, Keanu, I'm sorry. Yeah,
that was a fucked up scenario, but I would have failed too. I told Chris to watch. I said, "Yeah, you gonna fail, bro." I said, "We would have been cooked, like off rip. We would have been cooked."
That's not why we're here.
We not. We actually done. We're actually done with this episode. Episode 122, Skeleton Key. I appreciate you, Jazz, for putting me onto this movie. Yes. Was it good though? Until next time. I'm glad
you enjoyed it.
Until next time. Deuces.
Gang gang. I'm not recording this week.
I know.
Oh, cheers.
Thank you, motherfucker.
I haven't said it in a while. I don't forgot. I gotta come up with something else. What is your favorite scary movie?